Hello everyone. In this video, let's see about AWS Amplify. Firstly, let's see what is the agenda of this video. So, what is AWS Amplify? Core features of AWS Amplify, key components of AWS Amplify, benefits and how it works, and real-world use cases of Amplify, and what are the commands and how to getting started with the AWS Amplify, and what are the pricing for the AWS Amplify. Now let's see what is AWS Amplify. AWS Amplify is a set of tools and services for building scalable mobile and web apps. So it's a toolkit from the AWS, so that will help to developer to build and run application for the website and the mobile devices. And it is designed for full stack development with the feature like authentication, API, analytics, and hosting. So it help to uh, it provide a ready-made tool for the common app features like user account and login and connecting to database or API to store or fetch the data, tracking the app usage, and hosting your application on the internet. So it works seamlessly with the frameworks like React, Angular, and the mobile platforms. Now let's see core features of AWS Amplify. So firstly, front-end development, back-end service, hosting and deployment, and other features. So firstly, let's see front-end development, pre-configured libraries and UI components. So AWS Amplify provides a ready-to-use tool and design elements like buttons, forms that you can plug into your application. So this will save your time and effort when building the user interface. Integration with popular JavaScript frameworks. So AWS Amplify works seamlessly with the popular frameworks like React, Angular, and make it easier to integrate into apps you might already be building. Now let's see how it works in the backend services. Authentication with Amazon Cognito. So Amplify make it simple to add user login or sign up feature with the app options like email or social logins and multi-factor authentications using Amazon Cognito. API creation using AWS AppSync or REST. So it will help you to build API, or you can choose your GraphQL API with the AppSync for the real-time data or the standard REST APIs, and data storage with the Amazon DynamoDB and S3. So Amplify will let you store your and retrieve data. So DynamoDB is used for the database like structured data, while S3 handles file storage like image, videos, or documentation like that. Hosting and deployment. In a hosting and deployment, static and server side rendering hosting. So the AWS Amplify provides hosting services for your website or application, whether it's a simple static site like HTML, CSS, or JavaScript, or a more dynamic app like server rendered. You can easily deploy it, and it will provide a CI/CD workflow for the faster deployment. So AWS Amplify automates the process of deploying updates to your application whenever you make changes or ensuring they go live quickly and reliably. So let's say other features, push notifications. So it enable you to send alert or updates to your user devices like a new message notification or the promotional offers, and it will provide the real time data and app sync Your application can show live updates like a chat message or stock prices without needing a page refresh. And it will also provide a machine learning integration and to make it easier to add a AI/ML feature like image recognition and personalization, uh, or the recommendations or the text analysis directly into your application. Let's see key components of AWS Amplify. Amplify CLI, Amplify Console, Amplify Libraries, and Amplify Admin UI. Let's see why we use AWS Amplify CLI. So AWS configuration command line interface, it helps to configure the backend environment and the integrate with the AWS resources. The AWS Amplify console will manage the continuous deployment and the hosting of application. The Amplify libraries for the front-end libraries and the UI components for the seamless backend connection. So it will help to connected with the front-end and backend. And Amplify Admin UI. So it allows non-technical user to manage application content and user. So who have no idea about this Amplify or non who are from the non-technical field, the Amplify Admin UI will help to manage the application content and the users. Let's see benefits of AWS Amplify. Firstly, simplified app development workflow. AWS Amplify will take care of many of complicated part of app development like setting up servers or managing users or logins. So this means a developer can focus on building features instead of worrying about the technical setup. Pre-built components save time. So AWS Amplify offers a ready-made tool and design elements such as login form and file upload button that you can simply plug into your application. This will speed up your development since you don't have to create everything from the scratch. Scalable and secure. Amplify will automatically adjust to handle more users or data as your application grows. So it will build. It will also comes with the strong security feature to protect user information and the application data. Built-in DevOps with CI/CD. Uh, AWS Amplify will include the tools for automatically deploying your application whenever you make a changes. So this continuous integration and the continuous delivery, that is CI/CD. So system ensures that updates go live quickly and within minimal effort. Lastly, extensive documentation and the community support. So AWS Amplifies provide plenty of guides or tutorials or a large community of developers who can help you learn and troubleshoot when using Amplify. So this make it easier to get started and find solution when you need a help. Now let's see how AWS Amplify will works. So firstly, initialization. So we have to set up the AWS command line interface and you have to configure your application. After initialization, we have to connect the front end to back end. So add the resources like authentication, API, and the storage. After we need to build and test the application. Use the Amplify console for the CI/CD pipeline. For the building and testing purpose, we can use the AWS Amplify console for the CI/CD pipeline. Lastly, after building and testing, we need to deploy that. So publish your application with a custom domain or the Amplify hosting. So after all this building, testing, and process, we can deploy that application with the help of the custom domains for the AWS Amplify hosting. Let's see real world use cases. We can use the AWS Amplify and the e-commerce websites, for the scalable product or catalog and secure payments. So that will it will build help you to build online shopping websites that can handle large number of products and customers. So and it also ensure that payment made on the site are safe and secure. So social media apps, real-time notification and user authentication. So, for application like Instagram or Twitter, Amplify will provide the tool to real-time updates like new likes or messages, and let users sign up or log in securely. IoT dashboards, real-time data visualization and control. So, if you're building a system to monitor or control connected devices like a smartphone, thermostats, or industrial sensors, so Amplify can help you display real-time data and allow user to manage the devices easily. Lastly, healthcare sectors, secure patient data handling and compliance. For apps used in the hospitals or by doctors, Amplify will help securely store and manage sensitive patient information while meeting legal requirements for the data protection. So, in short, AWS Amplify will provide the tools to create application for the different industries while making sure they are scalable, secure, and the user friendly. Now let's see how to getting started with the Amplify and how what are the commands used to getting started with the Amplify. Firstly, we need to install Amplify CLI with the help of the command npm install -g at the rate of aws amplify slash CLI. So this will help to set up AWS Amplify command line interface. It's a tool let you manage your Amplify from your computer. And secondly, we need to configure your AWS account. So after that, after configuring the AWS account, we need to initialize a new project. Start a new Amplify project by running the initialization commands. So this setup foundation for your application linking into your AWS account. So lastly, fourth one is add feature using. So Amplify add auth. So So it's like a add a login or the sign up for the systems. This command for that. So Amplify add API. So this command is used to set up a way for your application to communicate with the backend. So fetch or send the data, and we can use Amplify push command. So it will help to send a configuration to your AWS account and build apps backend. And lastly, deploy using Amplify hosting. So once everything is ready, use Amplify hosting to put your application online, so others can use it. So these are all the steps to guide you to set up and launch an application quickly for the from the backend service to make it live on the website or the web. Don't worry about all these steps. I will show you how to install Amplify CLI and how to deploy, how to use the all these commands and how to deploy the application with the help of the Amplify hosting. And so let's see in the future slides. Now let's see what are the pricing for the AWS Amplify. AWS Amplify is a pay-as-you-go model of you need to pay for the hosting cost based on the storage and the bandwidth, and additionally, cost for the backend services like DynamoDB, Cognito, or the AppSync. So, and also there is an feature like a free tier available for the 12 months. On the upcoming video, I will show you how to install and how to configure the AWS Amplify and how to install AWS command line interface. And I will show you the example application deployment with the help of the AWS Amplify. Stay tuned for the next video.